Hello, today we're gonna do the purchase cycle transactions. يعني when I'm the buyer, I purchase goods from the supplier and I have to pay him money. I have to pay him cash. Okay, so we have this question, journalizing purchase transactions. Consider the following transactions for dairy drug store. On June 2nd, Dairy buys $23,000 worth of inventory on account with credit terms of 2% within 15 days and 30. FOB shipping point, okay? So now, Dairy buys, so he's the buyer, okay? He buys what? He buys goods. In accounting, the goods are called inventory, okay? So this is an asset account. It's a current asset, okay? So I bought inventory, so inventory will go up. It's an asset, so it's gonna go up in the debit side. Okay, what's the second account affected in this transaction? He said it's on account. So we said before that on account, it's gonna be either accounts payable or accounts receivable. If you understand from the transaction that you're gonna pay money later, so it's gonna be accounts payable. If you understand from the transaction that you're gonna receive money later, so it's gonna be accounts receivable. So in this transaction, what do you think? اشتريت goods, اشتريت, so we bought goods. So I will pay money later, so it's gonna be accounts payable. It's accounts payable. Okay, with credit terms of 2% within 15 days and 30. Credit terms means if I paid within 15 days, I will get 2% discount. And I have a total of 30 days, and it's the period. You have 30 days. This is the total period. Now, if you paid within the first 15 days, you're gonna get 2% discount. If you paid after the 15th day, you're gonna pay the full amount. Okay, we're gonna talk about this later on, but for now, you need to know that this purchase has this credit terms. Tab. FOB shipping point, what does that mean? Okay, so FOB shipping point, it means the seller is not responsible about the goods once it leaves the shipping point. So who's gonna pay for the transportation? The buyer. So which is Dairy in this case. I'm the buyer. So I'm gonna pay for the shipping cost. I will pay for the transportation cost. And we're gonna add it to the inventory cost once it's paid. Okay, so for now, this transaction, I bought inventory. So this is an asset account. It increased. So it's gonna go to the debit side. On account, it means I will pay money later. So my liabilities went up. Liabilities increase in the credit side. And the amount is 23,000. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. Inventory in the debit side, and the second line, you leave a space for the account and the credit side. And the amount and the debit should equal the amount and the credit. Okay, so let's go to the next one. On June 4th, Dairy pays a 110 freight charge. يعني دفع للتوصيل، دفع توصيل. So again, pays معناته cash. My cash went down, it decreased. Cash, it's an asset account. It decreases in the credit side. Okay, when the buyer pays for the delivery, for the transportation, he's gonna add it to the cost of goods he purchased. So he's gonna add it to the inventory cost. Okay, so inventory will be in the debit, cash will be in the credit side. Okay, so inventory will be in the debit side, cash will be in the credit side. Again, for the account to be credited, you need to leave a space. Okay, now let's go to the next one. On June 8th, Dairy returns 6,200 of the merchandise due to damage during shipment. He returns. Okay, so when I return something, I will switch the purchase entry, the purchase transaction. So I returned what? I returned merchandise. Merchandise are the goods you purchase. يعني inventory. عم يحكي عن inventory. Due to damage during shipment. يعني صار عندي damage while shipping. Okay. So what shall I do? Now, when I return the goods, so inventory will go down. It's an asset account. It decreases in the credit side. What about the liability, the accounts payable? It will also decrease because you don't need to pay for these goods. You did not receive them in a good condition. So you return them, so you don't need to pay for them. So when you return something, you need to switch the purchase transaction. Okay, so accounts payable will decrease in the debit side, inventory will decrease in the credit side because it's an asset. Accounts payable, it's a liability. Liabilities decrease in the debit, while inventory, it's an asset, decreases in the credit side. Okay. Now, in June 14, Derry paid the amount due less return and discount. يعني he paid معناته cash will go down because it's an asset, it will decrease in the credit side. Okay, so this is the first account. I paid for what? I paid for the liability. Okay, because I did not purchase more goods. I did not buy more inventory. I paid the liability. Okay, so I settled the debt, سكرت الدين. So if you pay cash, cash will go down, will go to the credit side. Okay, and accounts payable, you're gonna decrease your liabilities. It's a liability, so it decreases in the debit side. So for now, accounts payable will be in the debit and cash will be in the credit side. But how much will be the balance in the accounts payable account? Okay, we have to draw a T account for the accounts payable to decide the balance. How much I need to pay? Okay, so from the first entry here, accounts payable was in the credit side, 23,000. So I need to credit 23,000. Then in the second entry, there is no accounts payable. Then on June 8th, we returned, so we decreased the accounts payable. So we debited AP. So I need to post the entries to the accounts payable T account. Okay, so now what's the balance? The balance is the difference between debit and credit side, and you're gonna put the balance in the bigger side, in the greater side. So 23,000 minus 6,200, it's gonna be 16,800. It should be in the debit or credit side. It should be in the credit side because the credit side is greater. Okay, so now the balance in the accounts payable, it's 16,800. So this is the liabilities that I will have to pay. Okay, طب will I pay all of this or I will get a discount? So let's see. I need to count the days. I purchased the goods on June 2nd. اشتريت بجون 2nd. إمتى دفعت? When did I pay? I paid on June 14th. يعني after how many days? 14 minus 2, it's 12 days. Okay. Is it in the discount period? احنا we said the credit terms are 2% within 15 days. Did I pay within the 15 days? هل أنا دفعت within 15 days? Yes. 12 days is less than 15 days. So you paid within the discount period, so you're gonna get a 2% discount. يعني I don't need to pay the full amount. أنا مو المفروض أدفع 16,800. I'm gonna pay less. Okay? Okay. So now I'm gonna get a discount. What I know is the accounts payable amount is 16,800, but the cash will not be 16,800, will be less. Okay? Will be lower than 16,800. So how can I compute the discount amount? I need to multiply 2% by the 16,800, the balance, okay? So 2% times 16,800, this is the discount I'm gonna get. I'm gonna pay in cash the rest. الباقي رح أدفعه cash, okay? Okay, so as you can see here, accounts payable in the debit side, 16,800, liability decreases. Cash on the credit side, asset decreased. And 336 is the discount. Okay, now the cash will be 16,800 minus the 2% discount. So how did we calculate the 336? We multiplied 16,800 by 2%, the discount rate here. Okay, because I paid within 15 days, within the discount period. طيب. Now, what is the account that should be recorded here for the discount amount? It's the inventory. ليش? Because this is the cost of inventory. I did not pay 16,800 for the inventory. I paid less. So I need to decrease this account, okay? When you are the buyer and you get the discount, you decrease the inventory account, okay? So inventory will decrease in the credit side because it's an asset account. Okay. Now, what if I paid after the discount period? يعني دفعت بعد ال 15 يوم here. After the 15 days, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna pay the full amount. What is the full amount that I have to pay is 16,800. يعني what if مثلا for example he said I paid in June 20. June 20. So again from June 2nd until June 20 it's 18 days. 18, which is greater than the 15 days, the discount period, which means I'm gonna pay the full amount. There is no discount in this case. Okay, so as you can see, it's gonna be accounts payable in the debit to cash in the credit, and he's gonna pay the full amount. This is the case if he paid after 15 days. So you need to count from the purchase date, from June 2nd until the payment date, June 20. So you have 18 days, so I need to pay the full amount. There will be no discount for dairy. Okay, hope it's clear. This is the purchase cycle transactions, and I hope that you understand it. Thank you for watching. If you have any question, please leave a comment.